You know,
Inventions.
doing research on this, it reminded me a little bit of the Best Time to Be Alive episode we did a few weeks ago, because you read about some of these inventions that changed history, and you're like, I'm glad we have this, because before this existed, life was not as good.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, you guys have already basically laid out your greatest invention: toilet, air conditioning. I think we both could see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that.
Air conditioning
over the toilet.
And do you think you'll change our mind going through some of these?
I mean, I'm going to try.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
I mean, I still don't know the air conditioner over the toilet. I mean, it's just
you're still going to say
well,
toilet?
I think yeah, I mean, you don't need air conditioning all year.
Yeah, I think
And then toilet is, you know,
mm-hmm.
it's I mean, it's just a mess, dude. It's a mess.
Literally a mess.
It's literally a mess that you have to deal with. I mean, how long can you know, just in your I think when you get down into it, you would then change your mind. Is what I was. Yeah.
I mean, I like them both.
I like them both too.
I'm just saying,
air conditioning is great. I get it.
Yeah.
But you could go stand in a cool cave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you let's just go down to a cave, and it always feels great. Where's Aaron? He's in a cave. You know how he gets during these summer months. That's what they would
just open a window.
Just they go. Where's Aaron at? He's in a cave. He drove an hour out to this cave, and he's just sitting in the dark. And he's just like, oh, it feels so good.
We have cars.
Yeah.
In this scenario, but no AC still.
No ACs, no toilets. But
I got a car.
But you got a car, and you drove down to this cave.
Yeah. What would you guys guess it was the first invention ever?
The wheel.
Oh, you know what? No, I looked up inventions once, trying to write a joke about them. Is it I don't think it's the wheel. It wouldn't be fire. I mean, I would almost say lever.
A lever,
like a pulley or a lever, maybe.
Like a fulcrum.
What?
Like
what's a fulcrum?
Like a seesaw thing.
Oh yeah,
that kind of.
Is that what they say? Is that what you said?
Fulcrum would be the thing in the middle.
Is that what you say when you go ride as a kid? You're just a fun kid. You guys want to go fulcrum? And everybody's like, oh god. That's why. Do you remember riding the fulcrum a lot alone? Is it that? Is it because that's how you described a lot of stuff? Hey, do you guys want to go ride the fulcrum? And they go, I don't.
Anybody want a fulcrum?
We're gonna just swing.
I mean, that is what it is, right? Anyway, was it the wheel?
It was not the wheel. The wheel came on a little bit later. Stone tools were the very first invention by anthropologists.
Pulley was a pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's a good stone tools to make stuff with and hit people with.
Yeah.
Fire was right up there. Fire, they say, is the greatest invention of all time.
Yeah.
It was more like a discovery.
Yeah.
First guy who.
Oh, I mean, the first one that came. When did it happen?
I mean,
yeah, we don't.
125,000 years ago, they said.
Yeah.
You've got the great joke about. Yeah.
Who knows how? There's no way of.
You've got the great joke about if you went back in time, you don't even know if you could prove you're from the future. Is there anything you guys think you could invent if you went back in time?
I that was part of another joke that I had, was thinking, how far would I have to go before we could have an invention that I think I could invent?
Yeah.
And it's pretty, I mean, like a harpoon is, I forget when a harpoon was made, but a harpoon was like an invention that you're like, I don't think I can make a harpoon, because you can make a sword, but a harpoon, it's got to shoot it.
Yeah.
So
you can make a sword?
No, I'm saying anybody can make a sword, but a harpoon's got to shoot it. So you got to build the thing that shoots the harpoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I'm saying why you couldn't make a harpoon.
Yeah.
You think you could because you make the sharp part, but you couldn't make the shooting thing.
Right.
And then
I don't even think I can make the sharp part.
I mean, you don't think you could sharpen a stick?
With what?
A rock.
Yeah, a rock or something. I mean, I'm just saying what you could invent.
Yeah, I mean, could you make a fire out of nothing?
Right now?
Well, if you were stranded on an...
I think I could figure... I mean, I've watched a lot of survival shows.
Yeah.
I at least would know the idea to try to... I think it would take me forever.
Yeah.
Not saying it would ever happen, but I would... If you walked over, you would be like, that guy looks like he's trying to start a fire.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be just...
Yeah.
climbing up, just like rubbing a tree with my chest, like, and you're like, no one knows. If people walk up to you and you're
They
sitting
turn
there,
around.
You go, could you start a fire? You go,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you'd be able to tell that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Does that count for anything?
So I think I'm a head start.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
you would even look like you were trying to start a fire? Or would they go, sir, what is your end goal here? And if you go fire, they're like, oh my God, this guy. Wow.
I think I would try to rub two sticks together.
Yeah.
Like you would just be
Friction.
Yeah.
Like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Right.
But you got to get a like a bark. You get
Mm-hmm.
bark, and then you put it between your toes, and then you rub like there, and you just go back and forth, and you get smoke very easy, and it's hard to get the actual like coal or the
Yeah.
and then you got to get that over, and you got to have tinder or tinder, right? Tinder.
I think they canceled Tinder.
Yeah. Did they?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
What is it called? It's not
Kindle?
Tinder. Kindle.
Or kindling?
Yeah, but you get like a little.
Yeah.
I would say Tinder. I'd say, hand me the Tinder. And so there'd be a minute of that person going, what?
That conversation.
That conversation. They're going, what are you talking about? He goes, you know what I meant. And I would get mad because I go, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Is this the time? I'm building a fire for you.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd figure it out. It would take a while.
Yeah.
But I'd get the fire. I could do stone tools. I'd figure that out.
Yeah.
You're talking about going back in time. Yeah. That we know all that we know now. Yeah. I could.
It's just chipping
sharpen
away
a
stuff.
rock.
But I mean, it would have to be that basic for me, and it still would
Right.
take me a long time to do
Yeah.
it. I couldn't make
Yeah.
a harpoon or a sword.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, forging stuff.
No.
No, I can't do any of that.
No. So fire, they say, is the greatest invention. It gave us warmth, protection. It led to a lot of inventions, but the biggest thing is cooking.
It led to a lot of inventions just because of the light that they could see something. They're like,
Yeah.
Probably.
it led to the wheel. You're like, how did that? You're like, just to see, because to work at night was huge. I mean,
So this Vanderbilt University neuroscience
anchor
scientist
down.
says that our human brains are not exceptional. We're basically like primate brains. The only difference is we've learned how to cook food, which gives us enough nutrients to let our brain get the energy to expand.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for cooking food, we would never have evolved. That's what they say, because our brains have energy, are energy hungry, and they need the calories.
That's easy to say that now.
Yeah.
You know?
Sounds like an adjunct professor.
Yeah.
if you ask
I
me.
mean, that would be what an adjunct professor would come in and they go, wow. See, everybody just always sits there and goes, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have made it if we didn't have fire. And she's like, oh.
She says if we couldn't cook and we had to eat the raw food, we have to spend 9.5 hours every day eating enough food to survive.
But back then, that's all you had to do. You didn't have meetings and you didn't have to, the birthday part. No one even, we got to go, dude. I don't know. What are you guys doing? Well, I got to go help my buddy move. We're gone all day. And you're like, you just didn't have all that. You just, your whole thing, it's like an animal.
Yeah.
It's just like your whole thing is, I got to eat, simpler
You
times.
just eat all day, huh? Pretty much. 9.5 hours.
Kind of grazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much like a cow.
You think anybody was fat?
I mean,
Look up when gout was invented.
Invented.
Was it around the candy bar stage? Was it?
spurious correlations as it was.
Yeah. Does gout and Snickers sales prices kind of go together?